Hey, so welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about Spring Hill, Tennessee, where it is, why it's important, why it might be the right place for you and your family, and I hope you'll follow it all the way through, and let's get on our one-on-one call together. See you in a minute. Okay. Thanks for coming back to the channel, and let's talk about Spring Hill, Tennessee today. First of all, it's located in two different counties, so we've talked about both of those. One being Murray County with the county seat in Columbia, and one being in Williamson County, which has Franklin, Tennessee, Nolensville, and Fairview in there. So Spring Hill, Tennessee is a great offering for people. It definitely has a lot going on. It was first introduced in the Nashville market, of course, a long time ago, pre-Civil War, okay? But in the 80s, there was the Saturn plant that was there. And over the last decade, we've had new economic development in Spring Hill that we're going to talk about on the video. And we also have an influx, a great influx of people who definitely want to stay under that $1 million mark and maybe still want to have those Williamson County schools and family-friendly atmosphere. So stay with me and we'll talk about Spring Hill, Tennessee. We're going to talk about Spring Hill, Tennessee today. Spring Hill, Tennessee is in Williamson County, and it's also in Murray County. So we want to talk about the differences in those two things, but the Williamson County part of Spring Hill gives you those Williamson County schools. Spring Hill, Tennessee is often asked about when clients call me. So we're going to touch on what's hot about Spring Hill, a little bit about the real estate market, of course, and what Spring Hill started out as. So stay with me and welcome back to the channel. So Spring Hill is a seller's market, as I talked about, and that means there's more demand than available inventory. And that's really, really good if you're a seller in Spring Hill, or if you bought in Spring Hill a few years ago and now you've got to go somewhere else. That's exciting. It's harder on the buyers. It definitely is harder on the buyers. I think Nashville as a whole is a buyer's market right now. I think we have a lot more inventory, but there are places in specific areas of the Nashville market that have become really a seller's market. So when you get on your one-on-one call with me and we talk about the things that are important to you and your family, we'll determine those areas and your time frame and your needs, and then we'll talk about places like possibly Spring Hill and what that means to you. As I said before, the median sales price has been on the rise over the last year, and it's got a 2.8% increase year over year, as reported by Rocket Homes. Homes in Spring Hill generally sell fairly quickly with an average of one offer, sometimes multiples, and a time frame on the market of 37 days, and that's according to Zillow. Rocket Homes, going back to Rocket Homes, the median price per square foot in Spring Hill is $234 per square, and that's higher than the national average. Spring Hill offers various new construction homes, ranging from smaller single-family homes to larger estate homes, according to Trulia. So why are people moving to Spring Hill? Well, the housing market in Spring Hill is certainly a major draw for families looking to get the most out of their investment. As of 2024, the median home price in Spring Hill stands at approximately $400,000. So it's significantly lower than in the Nashville market, where the median house price is about $550,000 to $600,000. The average home value in Spring Hill is $513,000, which is up 1.7% over the past year, and that's according to Zillow. Realtor.com said Spring Hill's average is about $579,000, and they have about 679 homes for sale. So how did Spring Hill, Tennessee get started? Spring Hill has a rich history marked by early settlement, the Civil War, and industrial growth. Initially, the area was a hunting ground for Native American tribes like the Cherokee, and in 1808, the first settlers arrived, establishing a log cabin settlement near what would become Spring Hill, Tennessee in 1809. The town experienced significant events during the Civil War, including the Battle of Spring Hill in 1864, and later industrial growth with the arrival of General Motors' Saturn plant in 1980. So a lot of us who are the native Nashvillians and the native Tennesseans and Middle Tennesseans remember that Saturn plant brought a lot of people into the area, and that transformed that Spring Hill area into what is a thriving area today. The city's population has surged from just over 8,000 in the year 2000 to 55,800 in 2022, which was a 549% increase. This growth is attributed to the combination of factors, including its proximity to Nashville, its affordability, and the popularity for remote work as well. So you are again in two different counties. One is Maury County, which county seat is Columbia, and we've talked about that on other videos. And you would then, of course, be zoned for those Maury County schools. And then part of it is in Williamson County, which we've also talked about on other videos. And if you're in the Williamson County school districts, you are in the top 5% of schools in the nation. For a more detailed look at the factors driving Spring Hill's growth, we have to talk about the proximity to Nashville. It's located just south of Nashville, on I-65, making it a very desirable location for commuters and those seeking a little more affordable living environment while still being close to the major metropolitan area. Spring Hill has been recognized as the top city in Tennessee for remote workers due to its affordability and its suitability for the remote work. New residential subdivisions and developments have sprung up to accommodate the influx of new residents, and there have been lots of great bigger builders and individual builders who have contributed to the economic development of this area. And you have a lot of commercial that goes on there. Spring Hill has a cute community vibe and feel, and still has a lot of real estate options for you. Spring Hill's economy is bringing new jobs and businesses and industries to that area, with notable examples including General Motors and the new Ultium battery plant. There's mixed-use developments like Kedron Square, and that is also contributing to the city's growth by offering a variety of amenities and housing options. Being located in Williamson County and Maury County, Spring Hill, Tennessee is known as one of the top fastest growing cities in the nation. Just as it's split between the two counties, Spring Hill's dual nature pits the quaintness of historic Tennessee geography against the booming economy, which bringing a rush of new jobs and businesses and commodities to the area. If you love excitement of a growing city, but you enjoy that old school Americana charm, Spring Hill might be the place for you. The area around Spring Hill is full of historic sites like plantations, acting like time capsules, taking us back to the days of the earliest settlements. Of these, perhaps the most notable is the Ripavilla plantation, which was built in 1855 and is still open for tours and private events today. Adjacent to that is the Battle of Spring Hill Civil War site and the cemeteries. So altogether, Spring Hill has 24 historic markers highlighting the city's history from the battlefield sites to its former homes of Confederate generals. Might be kind of interest. You're in Tennessee. We have a lot of historical significance, and that could be really cool. There's plenty of green spaces in Spring Hill, and one of the 5 area parks is the Fisher Park, which is a 30-acre park where you can relax, bike, do outdoor activities. It has an ADA accessible playground, a splash pad for kids, restrooms, athletic fields, tennis and basketball courts, and walking paths and pavilions. It also has an amphitheater for movie nights. So that's a really cute thing for Spring Hill residents. The Walnut Street Skate Park is designed for skateboards and inline skates, BMX and freestyle bicycles, and non-motorized scooters. Other parks include the Harvey Park with playgrounds and walking trails, Evans Park with athletic fields and dog park and pavilions and playgrounds, and Macklemore Park. Lots of places to go and play with the family out in Spring Hill, which means you don't have to get back into the Nashville scene. You can actually stay right there in your hometown. That's a big draw. Spring Hill also has a lot of youth league play and some clubs, local clubs that provide that for ages 4 to 18. So get into that when we get on your one-on-one call, and we'll talk about the things that are important to you and your family. And if those things, those community events, those activities, arts, outdoor activities are important to you, Spring Hill could be the community that you may choose to reside in. We like to talk about those things. We want to get pre-qualified, so check out my links below and talk to Billy, my preferred lender, because definitely don't want to get started doing this and not be comfortable in your price range. Spring Hill has some wonderful offerings. Like I said, kind of in that mid-5s, certainly goes up to the 8s and 9s and over. But if you're wanting to keep a little more affordable thing, maybe live in the Williamson County side, but you don't want to go to Franklin or Fairview, Spring Hill may be the perfect place for you if you're not going to Nolensville either, and your budget might be under that $1 million range. So let's talk about those things when we get on and talk about whether one of these towns in Williamson County, today's Spring Hill offering, might be right for you. Now, some of this information was provided by the Chamber of Commerce for Spring Hill, and that community sphere is definitely trying to create a new town center. Redevelopment Committee is doing this to create a new town center and a plan for an identifiable downtown district. And that would include sidewalks, plus commercial and residential and green spaces. So in a growing situation like this, a little community that was housing something so long ago has now grown into a place that really has sprawled out. Spring Hill offers an awful lot to its residents, and you are so close to Franklin, to Nashville, to Nolensville, to Columbia. I know a lot of families and my clients like to go down and participate when they have young kids in the First Fridays, which is not just a few minutes away in the town of Columbia, but it's also their activities, and their town square offers a lot for those people as well. So I've had more people love to move to the Spring Hill area because they have the best of all the worlds around there. And in their situation, being in their right school district for them worked out perfectly for them. And if they worked from home, it offered a lot for that too. And if they wanted to get into the Nashville commute and had to, there are great arteries, not just 65 North, but you are in a great area to get you into the downtown or into the Davidson County area for your job. So why is Spring Hill, Tennessee considered a great place to move to if you're coming to the Middle Tennessee area? Well, it's known for its family-friendly atmosphere. It's known for its proximity to Nashville. Of course, its close-knit communities, like I said, the green spaces and the community events, and the location to other areas that are known for those things as well. There are websites to check and make sure of this, but Spring Hill in general is known for its low crime rates. So that's an important thing to note as well. When we're talking about school systems and we're talking about certain addresses, I always tell you to get on greatschools.org and look at that information about your particular school, if that's applicable to your family. Again, I want to tailor our search to your specific needs. We want to get on that one-on-one call, text, call, DM me, leave the comments down below, and we'll talk about that further. Definitely call Billy and let's get you a pre-qual so we know your comfort level, because honestly that works for a very long time. We don't have to do that every day. There are new builds down in the Spring Hill area, and there are existing homes that are really doing well, and that speaks volumes to an area. If homes don't sit on the market long, If it's a seller's market, that speaks volumes to how many people really want to live in that area. So these are things that we want to talk about when you call and we talk about what's important to you. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching on Spring Hill, and let's get on a call and we'll see you next time, and I'll tell you where we're going then. See you soon.